Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner, and I hope y'all can hear me. This is my review. Hold on, y'all. I'm putting on lipstick, and I just messed up the corner of my mouth. Okay, but this is my TV chat for Ready to Love and Ladies Who List because not enough people watch Ladies Who List for me to do that as a separate review. So that will now be in conjunction with Ready to Love and whatnot. Okay, but let's get into. If y'all don't know, I was live earlier twice today. I did Growing Up Hip Hop. I did Married at First Sight, and now y'all getting this live. So thank you for the live watchers right now, and for those who will be watching the replay. Okay, now do not forget to do a couple things, okay, all up and through, to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird. Y'all know dot, okay, and to also, do these things here, okay. You see what it say? Like the video all the time, like the video. Okay, and y'all know this is a conversation. So for those of y'all who are in this live, we're going to have to talk. Okay, we're going to talk about both these shows and get through it. Okay, and y'all know to follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG and Twitter. And yes, I am here. Okay, I am here. Hey, great to see my work computer. Hey, y'all. Um, hey, hey, hey. Okay, hey. Mr. Murder First Time Review. It was up. I did that at like 1 o'clock today, I think it was. Hey, Lock Queen. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. It takes it. Look, this was supposed to be at 7. I pushed it back to 9, and then I pushed it back to 9:10 because I had to go take like a little 10 minute, just lay down, breast, regroup or whatever, to come back and get it done or whatever. But tomorrow I'm going to be doing um love during lockup, and I'm probably going to add Jocelyn Hernandez, um mm, Jocelyn's Cabaret, because tonight from the bed I'm gonna watch the episode that already came on, and then when the new episode comes on, does that come on tomorrow night? I think it may come on tomorrow night. I don't know, but I'm gonna still do like a recap. I gotta do a recap of the episodes for Jocelyn's Cabaret, and then I will do that with Love During Lockup sometime tomorrow afternoon, because I'm trying to get these reviews out, to get back on the mend, get back into what I'm supposed to do and everything, because y'all know I want to do that. Okay, do not forget this Thursday, the Ooh Ladies First panel is going to be on my channel, so make sure to please come through and support us, me, Bondi, Jamie, and Niecy around here. Okay, so y'all gonna get more of me all week. Okay, I'm gonna try to come to y'all at least every day with something or whatever. But let's get into my TV chit chat. Okay, the first show we're gonna do is actually going to be Ladies Who List, because I want to give folks time to come into the room who probably only here to see Ready to Love. Okay, I still feel like all these ladies around here is frenemies, foolishness, and there are still deals to be made and whatnot. Now, first of all, there were some new confessional looks I want to go over a little bit. Just I think 3 girls had new looks. We see boom. Tiffany had a new look. Kiana had a new look. I love both these looks. The color on their skin tone looks amazing. I love both their hair. We know Kiana love a bob, but I don't mind that because y'all know for me, I love a bun. Okay, so I'm not mad at anybody who has a signature hairstyle and that's what they wear, because I wear a bun like every day. Like right now, my hair not in the bun is pushed back or whatever. But again, I don't mind her all the time around here. Um, bob. It's a cute bob, you know what I'm saying? Blunt bob. It looks cute, looks clean, looks moisturized, don't look dry, don't look tacky. It looks great. Her boobs look great. Okay. I'm like, girl, you're holding your boobs up. What's going on around here? And with Tiffany, I love the necklace, okay, the goldness of it all. I love the yellow. It's like a canary yellow dress. Okay, I wish I could have seen it standing up, but again, cute, cute, cute. Now we also seen Crystal who had two new looks, same bun. Well, same bun style, different bun or whatever. Had two new looks, and then um is that Tiana? Tiana had a new look as well. Um Crystal is gorgeous. Okay, I don't want to make it seem like she not. When Crystal has her hair done right, and what I mean by right, when Crystal ain't did her hair herself and tried to slick some shit down when it wasn't supposed to be slicked down, it was supposed to be redid. When her hair looks fresh, new, and clean, she looks amazing. Okay, hair put off her face, amazing. Even simple makeup, amazing. Okay, I like both outfits. I mean, right here, she could be, you know what I'm saying, a snazzy butler. Okay, to me, anything black and white like this, it looked like a butler's outfit, a maid's outfit, but it still fit her right. The pink fit, I like it too. It's like, okay, one nipple, not one nipple, but one boob was kind of showing more than the other. Okay, it's like a whole little wrestler's outfit across the chest. We're gonna leave that be, but I still like the outfit. I even liked Tiana, I think her name was Tiana. Tiana's simple outfit, you know, pink boobs out, hair still cute or whatever. Okay, widow's peak in the middle, won't get out the way, a little bit of crimp on the ends. It's still cute. So again, those were the new looks of the ladies from this episode, okay? And then we just had, we're gonna have this. I don't have time no more to be getting different, you know what I'm saying, screenshots all the time for certain shows that don't all the time be worth it or whatever. So we're gonna leave that be. So we see the argument, I think it was some comments. Let me deal with the comments first. I seen some, okay, not many, we're gonna leave it. Who was it? Oh, the lipstick looks nice on you. Thank you. I wear it quite often. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have it on earlier because it was too early in the day. Okay. Hey, welcome back. Okay. This episode of Ladies Who List gave me a headache. I can see that. I can fully see that because sometimes headaches is what they give us. So we are seeing the argument between Robin and Kiana kind of play out because Robin said, sometimes no, Robin and I think Tiffany were discussing Crystal. Okay, and Robin made a comment how sometimes people without children, don't get this or that, or they don't understand how people with kids don't really be having time to think about this or that because they're busy with their children. Now, she was talking about Crystal. They were having a conversation about Crystal. However, Kiana don't have kids, so Kiana was offended. Okay, as someone without kids, I am offended. Let's argue. And Robin's point was, but I wasn't talking about you. It's like Robin, we get that. However, I didn't see an issue with Kiana saying, "Well, I don't have kids, so I don't agree with that." That's cool. She had every right to give her opinion, but when she's saying, "I know," but I was specifically really talking about Kiana for one, and then for two, we can be honest. There are some people who do not have children who do not get what people with children go through. The same way a person who has legs don't get what a person who don't have legs go through. It's like there's always someone who has something, who's someone who doesn't have it. There won't be a full understanding of what that person goes through. Kiana was very much so triggered, but I feel like she also triggered herself to cause an argument. And like she said later on in the episode, that she realized I was really out here projecting my own insecurities because I'm turning 40. Can I still have kids? No, well, can I have kids? And because someone brought that up, it made me feel some kind of way. Okay. And I was like, well, girl, hello, hey, is anybody popping into the chat? Hello. Yeah. Anyway, um, but to me, Kiana to me was being extra. Okay. I'm all for I'ma speak my piece and speak my opinion and let you know what you said offended me. But if someone's saying I didn't mean to offend you, wasn't even talking about you directly, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about this person who, doesn't really think about things or whatever. But the crazy part was within the argument, we see that Kiana is trying to make it about her, which is what selfish people do. Okay, that's what selfish folks do. Okay, and Tiffany brings up in her confessional that she really gets what Robin's point was. Okay, I get the point of what Robin was saying. However, I can also understand when you're in a room full of women and you may be in a room full of women also who do not have children, you do sometimes have to move differently with the conversation. But that goes for women with kids, women without kids. When you're in any, if you are a white person in a room full of black people, watch your mouth. Okay, watch what you say. When you are in the room with anyone, you should always be cautious to not try to offend anyone. And I don't think that Robin was even trying to be offensive. Robin was talking to Tiffany about Crystal, and that was really it. Kiana wanted to be a part of the conversation, okay? Now, also, Tiana brings up how no, Tiana said to girl, all these names. Tiana said to Kiana, Robin's point was at times even you don't think about us having kids, okay? Because you don't have any. It's more about you. That's even how you are sometimes, okay? Um, but she said, but for her as a mom, she do think of people with kids. That's why she planned this event for them to be there and hang out, have fun, and not have to be with their children because as a mom, she gets sometimes we need a break. And now you here fussing with us on our 1 day off as parents. You know why you doing that? Because you don't get it. Okay. So again, a lot of back and forth, back and forth. And Kiana pointing and saying, well, I'm just sick of people who say, they do this, so and so don't get that. And I'm like, girl, Kiana, stop fussing just to fuss. Cause now you on bullshit. Okay. As she always is. Okay. But again, we see Tiana and Kiana not fussing. I'm looking like, why are y'all fussing? What's going on? It's dumb because Kiana wanted to argue with someone or anyone. And I was like, what? Why? For what? Who, what, when, where, why, and how did we get here to this point? Okay, it's like dumb diddy. Listen to you, but don't watch the show. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna get into Ready to Love after this. They don't know, they don't even know each other. Kiana even mispronounced Q's name and they fighting. Catch me fighting with women I don't know. It was weird. I think we know these women aren't friends. These women are associates. They are acquaintances in the same business. You know, they're all connected in some kind of way, but they're not friends. And I also feel like when they were fussing, it was like, why are we fussing? What's going on? This sounds stupid. But even with Tiana and Kiana fussing, you see Tiana was getting aggravated that Kiana just wanted to keep fussing. And when she said, you know what, look, I'm saying, you not even my type of person, but that's okay, and you still here. I was like, not telling she ain't shit and you don't like her, but it's true. I think people don't get sometimes you won't vibe with everybody, and that's okay. But you also have to get if you're the reason people don't vibe with you because you seem very self-centered and it's about me and how I feel and what I got going on, and I don't care what anyone else have going on. It should be about me. And that's what, in my opinion, Kiana was giving off in this particular episode. So I was like, I don't really care. Um, it's weird for me. The reason I kind of blame Kiana for all of this is because I felt like she never wanted to even accept or see the part that she plays in these arguments or these disagreements or these miscommunications. She always feel like, well, so and so must be jealous or so and so. It's like, no, what did you do to consistently be involved in separate arguments with people? It's you too. Issue to. And Tiana brought up in her confessional that she like I see more and more who Kiana is, okay? And she's all about her. She's very self-centered. Not only that, she ain't my cup of tea. And I was like, well, she ain't my cup of tea either. And that's okay. Tiana was upset they were bringing drama to her event. Okay, her event in Tisha's voice. I can see that because there wasn't a point in that. Now we see two separate conversations, one between Tiffany and Tiana because they didn't walk away. And it's Tiana, like, I just hate that it got out of hand. But I feel like the more that I know her, we don't have a connection. Like there's a disconnect between us, and that's what's fucked up. It's because of Kiana, in my opinion. She just don't mesh with these ladies, and that's okay. Now when Robin and Kiana are out, in the field having a conversation or whatever, Robin like, I feel like your bedside manner, Kiana, needs some work. And I can say that because mine did too, okay? It's how you treat people that makes these situations go awry, okay? And then when Kiana said, but I don't bother people, okay? And if my light irritates other people's spirit, then that has nothing to do with me. If your light consistently bothers or irritates a lot of people, that's not them, something wrong with your light bulb. Your light bulb faulty, okay? Because it's not that anyone is irritated by your light. They're irritated by your dark, negative as blue light bulb that you got shining in their face, and that's what's irritating. She really has this sense of perfection within her, and she doesn't see that sometimes you doing too much, and that's what we're getting aggravated with, and you get on our goddamn nerves. And Robin like, well, is that what you think is going on right now? Like, is that what you think is going on? And when Robin asked that specific question, and her response was, "I didn't say that was what I did not say that's what was happening." And Robin's like, "I didn't say you said that's what was happening." She's like, "You know what? You don't even listen well. I never said you said that. It's like you listen to respond, but you never really hear what the person said." And I'm like, right, because when someone asks you, do you feel like someone is whatever, your question, it's a question. No one is saying you said anything. It's like, how do you feel about it? Was just stupid, okay? Kiana only listen to her own voice. She do. And I was like, I don't know why. Hey, I'm a little late. I was late too, it's okay. Now, um, Kiana brings up how, well, she can't, meaning Tiana, Tiana can't feel any kind of way because she don't know me. So how can she feel offended by me or whatever? Because she don't know me. And Robin said the best thing I've ever heard someone say. You do know a stranger can make you feel some kind of way. Meaning you can't say, well, so and so can't feel about me because they don't know me. That don't mean that you didn't offend them. Strangers offend strangers every single day because people will say and do things and don't care how it makes someone feel. And that's that bullshit, okay? And then to me, Kiana, this whole episode, well, this whole scene was on bullshit, bringing up, well, I say what I mean, and if she feels some kind of way, she should say that. I can't say how she feels, you know what I'm saying? And other things. I was like, girl, stop. Just shut up, because she never wants to take any accountability for how she comes off to people. And to me, that means you are the problem. And when she's in her confessional that Tiana just wants to be in my space, and I know I'm interesting, but I'm sorry if you're not. I'm like, what? I don't like Kiana. I don't. And I wonder if she saw the show and she realized she comes off like a bitch. And could that be another reason why she don't want to come to a season two? Because she feel like the fans don't like me, and it's not worth the hating comments I'm getting on social media or whatever. But I'm like, you need to fix your image, girl. So when they all come back together to talk, basically Kiana and Tiana, they damn names, honey, agree to be cordial. Agree to, move forward. I'm like, it just gets on my nerves. And they disagree that, like, oh, we can be fine, we can be fine, we can move on and leave that be. I was like, mm, mm. Hey y'all, hey everybody popping in. Oh, you don't like her either. I don't really like none of them. Like, I think everyone on the cast has done something where someone may not like them, but I do feel like I can't get with Crystal or Kiana. and the rest of them I'll see. Because even Kira on her bullshit at times have her cool way where I'm like, I don't dislike her. It's fine, fine, fine. But again, it just depends. I'm late, but glad I made it. I'm glad you made it too. Okay, we're gonna get into Rate Your Love pretty soon. I like Robin and Tiffany. I like Robin and Tiffany too. But Robin, as she's a bit much or whatever. She's a bit much, but it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Robin, I even like Tiana. Truthfully, you know what I'm saying? She don't really, get on my nerve either. But these two right here, no ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. Okay. I don't like anybody who feels as if they haven't done anything wrong and it's someone else. And that is exactly how those two act. Okay. Tiffany does kind of speak on a little bit how, when she's been around Crystal many times, and her and Crystal just don't vibe. When I'm around someone, I can see how it works, but me and her don't vibe, and that's what it is or whatever. So it's not like I have a real problem with her. However, we just don't click, and that's how it be. Okay, that is how it be. That's why for me and the girls, on the panel, me, Jamie, DC, Bonnie, we would never add a fifth member. And when one of us ain't there, we ain't bringing nobody in. We tried that one good time, and that shit didn't work. Okay, and not because we had any issue with a person who brought in. It's just it just wasn't so cohesively easy flowing with conversation. So it takes time to build that with people. And when you don't vibe with someone, it doesn't mean it's a problem. That y'all don't, it is what it is. I'm my girl back. I like Tiffany. I like Tiffany and Tiana. Robin isn't bad either. Crystal gives lifetime. Crystal gives lifetime villain movie vibes. She does. She really does. I like Tiffany and Tiana still. And Robin's cool and honest. She really like the interview with Robin really showed who she really is. And so we were so happy. I was so mad I got sick. Like I was so mad. Um, really those 3. That's why I kind of got them separate like that. I can't get with See Through Crystal. See Through Crystal. Yeah, but I was so mad I got sick and could not come on the interview because I just didn't have any energy. And if I don't have any energy, I'm like, I just don't want, if I don't have any energy and I'm just feeling too tired based on me still getting better, I'm like, I don't want to be on trying to be on and I can't. And then that throws off the vibe. And I'm like, I just needed to get some rest that day. Because I had been doing so much that day. I was like, Lord Jesus. But anyway, we're gonna leave that be. So we then see Crystal. Crystal heard it was a quick little thing, okay, because they kind of showed a couple of them doing realtor shit. Okay. Let's see. Crystal Crystal is a mean girl with pick me vibes. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. And the bad part is she don't see it. And again, she talks around how the issue is kind of her as well in certain situations. Chris was faking. I wish she would stop acting like Robin was such a good friend. It's weird to me how she talks as if her and Robin were great friends, but she don't show that. But Robin also brought up how the show didn't show how cool of friends they actually were. So we not getting the whole story. I'm saying I'm gonna see. And then you jump into the interview when it was over. No. After the interview ended, I went and talked to the girls backstage. But no, I didn't come on the interview at all. I was in the comments. I was in the comment section in actually the last. What was the last panel? Not this one on Jamie's channel, but I think it was on Bonnie's channel the week before last. The end of the panel when I logged off to go get in the bed because I was tired. And I popped back onto the end in the bed. So even though I come on here and I be having energy, sometimes throughout a live or after live, it depletes my energy and I'll be so drained I have to go like take some medicine and lay down. So that's what it be sometimes. And so I have to just know where my body is saying you doing too much, calm down. And it did that like 2 hours before the interview with Robin. So yeah. Anyway, so we do see Crystal and her dad. who went to see some developers, it's like a black family developers or whatever. How she sold some, I think like 6 homes with them. One sold for $375,000, and they are building 6 more homes. So it's cool to see that they're showing, them do work, meet with developers, and we see that they're actually, doing these deals. The family, like they develop homes in historically black neighborhoods, and they make the homes, affordable, and they're luxury homes. I'm like, I don't know how many folk out here buying, almost 400 grand houses. That's affordable for certain folks. Okay, we're gonna leave that be. But fine, fine, fine. Did you notice? Let me see. Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Did you notice they didn't show that clip where Tiffany called Crystal weird? Mm, mm. Take care of yourself. Yourself is first. Correct. Okay, now do that a lot more now. Okay. But again, seeing Crystal with the developers, fine, fine, fine. Let's move on. Now we do later on see, right, affordable. Affordable. When someone to me says you're building affordable homes for people, to me affordable is between 100 to maybe 200 grand. Or affordable in a certain neighborhood is, between like 60 grand to 150. Affordable really is, it just depends on what area you're in, because you never know. But when she said 300, the one house sold for 375, I said that's not affordable for a lot of folks. Okay. Um, that's kind of expensive. So it just depends on a person's pocketbook. Okay. Now later on, we do see she was at a different mansion, okay, that she sold for $3 million. That was her first time ever, selling a house for that much. But we really see that scene with the one show off that she sold a $3 million mansion that still needed work. It was like a fixer upper, but she did get a call from Keanu on the phone to discuss the whole thing about my birthday party or whatever. And I'm like, okay, fine. And when Crystal bring up how I'm gonna be there, but I'm not looking forward to the awkwardness between me and Tiffany. So Crystal know her and Tiffany don't vibe too well. Okay, and that's what it is. But I'm looking like, if you know that and you know that she know that, it shouldn't be weird, because y'all both know y'all not gonna be trying to talk or whatever. We're just in the same room. And so she brings up how the she talked to Robin, and her and Robin made an agreement that Robin would go to her to this poly party, the poly party, but only if Crystal would have a conversation with Tiffany. So she said that's the only reason why she doing that. I was like, girl, get out my face. Um, Depends on your estate. True. This is very true. And I know that because on a different episode, maybe last week's episode, where a couple was there in Atlanta in a house where the guy thought it would be like 1.2 mil. And the house was maybe $600,000. And he was like, what? All all it is? All, and they like, yeah, in Atlanta, it's different. So I do feel like maybe in Atlanta, what is your on your state is different, because like in Cali, in New York, those places are sometimes way more expensive. Okay, it just depends. So we shall see. Affordable if you're in that tax bracket, right? Because if your paychecks, you know, ain't adding up, that might not be affordable for you. Okay. On the West Coast, that's a steal. Right, because it's more expensive over there than it is, in Atlanta. So I was like, that can be kind of crazy. Robin is a straight shooter, but she's a posture just like Crystal. That's why they good friends. Um, I was just hoping that no one was living there and they ain't kicking no one out because of the potential price increase. But like they, true. But I think because they were developing homes, they're building them. So I'm hoping they did not tear down any homes to rebuild them. But I'm not sure. Um, Here in the DMV area, prices are high as well. So the prices that they said didn't shock me. See, I'm here, in Michigan and Detroit. Well, I live in Warren now. Um, but again, you can get a good house for 375. Okay. So that's not that expensive here, but the house would probably be bigger. You know what I'm saying? Um, I would say more near the major cities, not all parts of New York is expensive. Really? Because people act like it's very, very expensive in New York. Okay. But I guess that's just how it's more expensive to live in Chicago than to live in one of the surrounding cities. It's more expensive here to live in like downtown Detroit than if you're in like the neighborhood, like the actual residential neighborhoods of Detroit. So yeah, this depends on the places that you're going. Okay. We also see Kara and Tiffany at a closing. Now this one I want to discuss. Okay. So the family got a home that cost 1.8 mil. I'm like, damn, 1.8, that's a lot of money. And it wasn't until Kira said that the father within the family was shot, like 15 times. I'm like, he was shot 15 times. I was like, what? So I Googled him. Okay. I'm like, what's going on here? Okay. So this family, you know, who bought this 1.8 million house. The dad, and that's a drop in the bucket because the family got a $70 million payout from a lawsuit from when he got shot back in 2015. So the father, who was a Navy vet, I think he was in the Navy for I think they said 5 years, but he was shot 15 times in a Atlanta Kroger parking lot. He was robbed and carjacked, and after that, he gave the people the keys to his car. They still shot him between 11 to 15 times. And I was like, "What? It's crazy." I was like, "Look," I was reading like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it," because 15 times is a lot, especially when the person is already giving you the keys to the car. You've already robbed me. There's no need for you to shoot me that many times when I've given you what you asked for, you kind of crazy ass bastards. Okay, so again, he was in the Atlanta Kroger parking lot, shot 15 times by two carjackers. Okay, now this is a gotcha. Okay, and that's the husband, the wife, and then their baby, who had just turned one with a little cute stuff. Okay, and um it was two carjackers who were freaking idiots because when they carjacked him, I forgot what kind of car. I think it's car, whatever it had an orange star. The car had orange star, so the police were able to one, remotely disable the car and then find it and track it. The dumbass carjackers were caught pushing, girl. These fools were caught pushing the car down the street because they couldn't figure out why they could not start the car. You carjack a car with OnStar on it and didn't think, hey, those cars can be remotely disabled. You just shot someone. Why would you still be pushing? I was like, these are stupid. So yeah, the police caught them because they were pushing the car. It's like, y'all are dumb, dumb, and diddy. Okay, and they were sentenced. The two guys were sentenced to 15 years in prison. Okay, they also with his settlement was actually $81 million, and the jury put 11 million of the 81 million on the two carjackers. So they got 15 years in prison plus $11 million they owe him for, damages and suffering and all that stuff. Now, this is a gotcha. Okay, because I was like, well, damn, if he was shot in Kroger, how did he get the 81 mil? Because I researched this shit. Okay. Um, his attorneys sued Kroger, okay, and made the point that Kroger was fully aware that their location was in a very, very, very high crime area, but they did not have any safety measures in place for their customers outside in the parking lot, which means because y'all didn't at least put, a security guard outside in the parking lot, my client was shot and robbed, shot 15 times, damn near died, he had all kind of surgeries. He was a paraplegic. It took him years to learn how to walk to where he was able to walk into their new house on the arm crutches. Okay. So he was lucky to be alive after all these surgeries. He was lucky to be alive just in general. And so sued their ass and got $81 million. So again, him and his family been able to get this house for 1.8 mil, and it was a huge beautiful home, very, very spacious. Was like, look at God, okay? Look at God. People tried to kill that man, take his car. Kroger tried to offer him $1 million. Okay, and that was after he had $4 million in hospital bills. I was like, get out. And it was only like another 1.2 million for more medical stuff in the future. Get out. So yeah, he got $69 million. I was like, honey, mm, mm, mm. Um, let's see. That's some good research on the guy. Yeah, because when I heard her say he was shot 15 times, but I'm like, it gotta, because I'm like, no one gets shot 15 times and buy a house for 1.8 million, and it's not some kind of story behind that. So I'm like, I gotta see, you know, what really happened. Sometimes people kind of yes, and I feel like now because of the tragedy, he can afford whatever health needs he gonna need. Whatever help he need, he can afford. Now they got the, you know, that was amazing. But yeah, they offered him like 1 million at first. Then I think they offered 12 million like right before the court trial started, and they said nope, and they got 81 million. I was like, come on now. Right now he had Johnny Cochran, he had Johnny Cochran of the attorneys. Yes, because to figure out it was a high crime area. Mm-hmm. Oh, in the parking lot? They had nobody in the parking lot? Okay. We can see. And it's probably because he was shot, robbed, and all these things, and y'all never tried to do anything to protect your customers. Okay. Kroger probably was pissed. That you know what? That may be why Kroger's is more expensive now. Well, that's because of the pandemic. I'm gonna leave that be. Anyway, that was cute. I just wanted to share that with y'all because I thought it was a cute story. Um, we seen Keanu meet with a developer about some properties that she wants to sell or whatever. She's like, this is how you get multiple deals. You go to a developer who will always be developing many different houses, and then he will give you those listings. And he had like 6 or 7 houses, that he was working on right now. They're 3 bedroom, 3 bath, and he said, he wanted to sell it for about 650. Now, before he gave his number, she was like, I think we can do it for like, like 550 per house. And he said, well, we looking about, do like 650 for our houses based on the area, selling for like up to 300 grand. I mean, up to 700. And when she then agreed to his price, I said, but if you just said you did all the work and figured out the numbers and you suggested 550 and he say 650, how do you then agree? Say, okay, you know what? We're gonna sell for your price for 650 up to 675. I'm like, how did she get to that math? I don't know. But I feel like when I watch $1 Million Listing, when the people be like they want to sell it for more, they be like, but the comps don't do that. Like the comps ain't what it is. I wonder if she sold those things for more money. But let's let her do what she said she could do and move on from that. Now we get to Kiana's birthday party. It was a Met Gala theme, which I thought was cute. I'm mad I could not get any like good photos of they dresses. I'm like, how did none of y'all post y'all dresses? Nothing? Just nothing? I guess so. But we see them walking around. Crystal looked great. She had a bob. Okay, her titties was out or whatever. Gonna leave that be. Actually, all the ladies look great. They all dressed to the nines. Okay, I was like, fine, fine, fine. But we see them all go outside and then they all kind of leave um Tiffany and Crystal there to talk. And I'm like, how did y'all all come outside? And means, you know what? We're gonna leave right now. We're gonna go right now. Now, Tiffany brings up how I heard you gonna wrap it made up. That was kind of nice. And Crystal, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I realized that, you have to go through trials and tribulations, ups and downs with people or whatever in friendships because if you never go through things, if your friendship has never been tested, is they really your good friend? And I was like, yes. Yes, my closest friends are friends I've never had beef with. Um, I don't believe in trials and tribulations in friendships. I mean, we don't always have to agree, but there should be no trial. Like we should not be like mad at each other. I'm like, no. So yes, you can have a friendship where there are no issues and y'all still friends. I was like, when you alone as when you alone as a child, I just don't know what's going on with her. And I like Tiffany was like, I don't go through that in my friendships or my relationships. You know what I'm saying? I'm very cautious, I'm very private. I am too. You know what I'm saying? And so once I'm the people I'm cool with are like my friends, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to go through no bullshit. And I was like, right, I've never had beef with my friend. It just doesn't happen that way. Poor Crystal, she just really needs a friend. I was confused, but yeah, I don't know what math Kiana was doing, but it's fine that she thinks those numbers add up. Okay, but again, Tiffany was like, I don't need beef with my friends to know they friends, which I feel like. Well, luckily for you, you have these perfect friendships. It's not about being a perfect friendship, but I'm not out here beefing with nobody. Like that's not what's going on in my life. Okay, and I felt like you can clearly see that Tiffany and Crystal do not vibe. I think they both are also aware of that, but it felt to me like Crystal wants to know, why aren't you my friend? Why don't you want to be my friend? I would love it if you were my friend. And when she said, you know what I'm saying, well, I just know I'm not always my best self. And so, things can kind of go wrong or whatever because just being a human, you know what I'm saying, relationships get tried. And I was like, what does being human have to do about fussing with somebody for no damn reason? I don't know. Okay. And she then brings up, this is like the first time we've had like a conversation. And she was like, well, no, we've talked, here or there before. We've had conversation a little bit here and there, whatever, you know what I'm saying, but it's fine. And she said, based off vibes. And so I go off vibes. So if I don't feel it, I don't force it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I am. So, that's kind of why we haven't talked. And Crystal, like, well, that's crazy, because we're in the same industry. We're both black women. We're both black women who are, closing attorneys. And that's just weird. And I feel like you can be black and women in the same industry and not be friends. You can be cordial, you can know of someone, but they don't mean that y'all have to be like friends or whatever. And then when she said, it's like you're saying, you give me what I give you, and that's just, and I'm like, but that's okay. If the vibe I get from you is we don't mesh, and that's the vibe I get too, I'm giving you what you gave me. There's nothing wrong with that. Why are you obsessed with figuring out why we can't be friends? Why do you need me to be your friend when you see we don't vibe or whatever? Um, Hey, Lily, I love the wrap up interview. Thank you. Crystal tried to gaslight Tiffany and it didn't work because she couldn't answer why she was doing the shady ish by triggering to get Kira's business. Absolutely. Okay. Um, are they real friends or on screen friends? Tiffany and Crystal are not friends at all. I think Robin and Crystal are friends. I don't like Crystal. Chris reminds me of a former friend. He was always in this unknown competition with me for what I would say is no reason I don't need to compete with my friend at all. Crystal don't want to be friends. She just wants to be cordial because they are now working together in the same space. What's wrong with that? It's the fact that she wants a reason as to why they're not closer and friendly. Crystal don't want to be cordial. She wants to be friends with Tiffany, and she feel like Tiffany does not want to be friends with her. Tiffany's point is, we don't vibe. So why are you even wondering if there's an issue? There is no issue. We just don't vibe. I think Tiffany is okay with them being cordial, but her thing is there's just a disconnect, and that's what it is. Okay, um, you can see the insecurity is so bad on this show. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. And Tiffany also told her, look, I don't think about the industry in that way because Krista felt like we both black women in the same industry. We should be friends. We should be connecting on a constant basis is based on that. And she's like, I don't even think about you or the industry in that way. You know, I build with people that I enjoy being around and who I want to be around because it's enjoyable and easy to be with them. And Crystal seems to be difficult to consistently be friends with. So that's the weird part. Robin thought this all this beef between Crystal and Tiffany by lying. I don't know what you mean. Two niggas that I don't like you and I don't want to be friends. But it's the thing. See, that's her point. You don't have to there you don't have to not like someone to not want to be their friend. It's not that I don't like you. One, I don't know you. Two, when we've tried to kind of see if it can be friendly, there's a disconnect, but it does not mean I don't like you. There are people who I know who are not my friends. However, I don't dislike them. I know of them. I'll say, hey, and keep it moving, but I don't dislike them. And when somebody feel like, well, you must dislike me if we're not friends, that's not a me issue. That's a you issue. You know what I'm saying? I believe if he doesn't crack with Crystal because when she was bonding with her baby and had to take off from work due to her mental issues, her panicking, scared to leave home, asked her to take over her business. Um, I don't know about that. Sometimes people just don't want right. I don't want new friends. I don't need new friends. But that does not mean I dislike you, you know. But we're gonna leave that be. Now, Chris was like, I feel like you're not friendly. You know what I'm saying? I wonder why you're. This is when I realized Krista was on bullshit, and why it was exactly what Tiffany was saying. How is Crystal trying to befriend me more now that she's seen that I'm getting cooler with Robin? When Crystal said, I wonder why you're super friendly with a real estate agent, but not a closing attorney, like you don't want to get to know me. Meaning, why are you cool with getting to know Robin and not me? Because Robin's a realtor. She's a closing attorney. So why do you feel like, well, you get to know her but not me? She don't rock with you. She don't vibe with you. But that's okay. That is okay. Okay. And they were going back and forth, and it was just they just don't get along. It's that simple. And when she brought up how you even tried to go and snatch up Kira and had Kira work with you when you know she worked with me, and that is something that I would do because when your rap was beefed out and Robin wanted to not work with you as her closing attorney, she was going to come over here with me. I said, I don't want to cause that, friction. So I didn't do that to her, but look what you tried to do to me. That's some bullshit. And for the most part, I think Krista was ignoring the issues that Tiffany was bringing up, like specific issues about things, to make it seem as if, well, it's okay. I'm not gonna keep, I can be cordial. We can keep in this game of not addressing the issue, whatever. And I was trying, but I'm not gonna try anymore. And then she got walked away. And I was like, whatever. And it kind of ends with that, and Tiffany being like, what the fuck has happened? And Crystal feeling like, she on bullshit. I'm done. And I was like, y'all can just get out my face because it is some BS. Crystal is weird. Her securities are showing so much. I stumbled upon Crystal's IG, and as shady as she is, the woman's gorgeous. She's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I don't think anybody should ever feel like she is not gorgeous. Okay, but she's also a kooky ass person, in my opinion. I think Crystal is playing for the camera. She didn't seem pretentious on her interview with Kim Pyre. No one seems how they are on camera on an interview because production has the final edit on TV, and you have your edit when you do a live interview. So that's how it goes. Okay. Anyway, that was all that happened on Ladies Who List. We're going to move on to Ready to Love. But first, I need y'all to do what? Like the video. And we're back. Okay, did you like the video? Did you take the time to like the video? I hope so. Okay. Um which lady well, no, Kiana is not returning because she said out of her own mouth she's not returning. So that's all. Um, but let's move on to Ready to Love. Okay, this episode was kind of cool and whatnot. Now we know the people who are still here. Okay, we have Clifton, we have Ace, Laverne, Carmen, Paul, Newbie AP, Joy, Wiley, Precious, Eric, Demetrius, Dakia, Tori, and Sabrina. Okay. And I was like, hey y'all, the people are all here. Okay. Um, Jaylee, you are chicken spice and everything nice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Anyway, let's see what we have going on. So the episode starts off and of course, the men join up at the little lounge or whatnot, okay? And they're told one, you have to send one lady home this week. Two, there will be two new singles, one man, one woman, coming to join. It'll be blind dates for those two people. And three, Wiley, because people keep saying how young you are because you're 32. We're going to add someone who's more your age, and you're going to go on a date with them and see how things go, okay? And I was like, oh, put Wiley out there with the little young tenderoni, okay? And they sent him on a date with newbie Tina. I think her real name was Christina, but she go by Tina. She is a 31-year-old mom of a 2-year-old daughter, and she's also an esthetician, okay? Which means she does facials and skincare and all that stuff. Now, she brings up how not she was found, but that she found out that her ex was cheating on her while she was 6 months pregnant, okay? And she was pissed, left his ass, and never looked back, okay? And that was 2.5 years ago. And I was like, oh, okay. She said, you will never screw me over. Not today. Not with my damn life. Okay. Now, when her and Wiley meet up, you know, they both like each other. They both think the other one is attractive. Okay. There's a vibe between them. They're also, the same age. So we shall see. Um, I thought Wiley was like 34, 35. I did not realize he was 32 for one. Sometimes he do look young. So I do wonder if he also acts young. Because if he acts young, that may be like um they added someone his age that likes older men. Does she really like older men? Or did Paul just make up some shit? We will discuss that later. Now, he asked her, like, what you're looking for, whatever. Because again, she brings up how, she doesn't think she's ever really been in love because even her baby daddy, her last ex, who was on bullshit, I don't know if I've been in love with anyone. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody I can have that true connection with and eventually get some love. Okay, and that she's looking for the Martin to her Gina. And I was like, oh, now they did exchange phone numbers. Okay, she did give him her number for them to like chit chat and talk and see what can go on later. They wanted to watch Wiley up with a woman his age. I don't see nothing wrong with that. You know, let's see. Wiley may be mixed up to go. I hope not. They need to give Wiley a chance. I agree. Because he seemed cool. He just happens to be young. And I'm like, why, discount him because he's younger? He could be an old soul. Who knows? But their date went fine, fine, fine. Now we also seen the man who was added. Okay, we have Donovan. Donovan face reminded me it was a movie called Drop Dead Fred. And in the movie Drop Dead Fred head got flattened and he had a flat face. He has a flat face, but I still find him attractive. Okay, I still find that attractive. But Donovan is 42 years old. He's also a realtor. And he said he is raised and grew up with all women. So he's always felt like he was like the man of the house at an early age based on that. But he said he, in a kind way, he was the man of the house. He also brings up they raised him to be patient and kind. I said, did they really? Are you sure? Okay. Now, Precious and Donovan, um, Precious said she said Donovan came in with a strong masculine presence that matched the sex appeal that he gives off. And I was like, oh, Really? And Donovan said, she's very, very beautiful and tall, but I want to see, if we have a connection. Now he tells us how he was married for 2 years. And I'm like, not two, 12. He was married for 12 years, but that he made some mistakes or whatever. And so it wasn't a mutual divorce. Okay. It was because he was on bullshit. But he said he learned from it or whatever. He now knows what he wants. He wants someone who is independent, but also a team player. Did you cheat? Was you cheating? Is that what happened? I feel like when someone say I messed up, it means they cheated. It means they cheated. Um, Donovan looks decent. Now looks now look decent. Um, Precious was a bit thirsty. Um, Not thirsty. She was very assertive. She knew what she wanted, and she was like, "I'm just going to say what I want because it's a dating show." Donovan, no, Precious was extra. I feel like I don't know. They both had that deep side part. No, not they both had a deep side part. Let me put it on up so I can see. They did. That's not a look. I really hate the side wig part where it's turned to the side wigs. They get on my nerve, okay, all the time. But Precious for her, she was really like, I like him. I like him a lot, okay. And she brings about she's been single for 9 years, but she hasn't had sex in 6 months. Meaning I was single, not in a relationship, but I still got the dick, okay. And she for sure was flirting with him. She absolutely was trying to throw him her cooch. Okay, you want my cooch? You can have it. And I was like, "Are you sure you want to give me your cooch? Because it may not be the thing you want to do." So I don't find out. But he wasn't like reciprocating the flirtatious or whatever, the flirtatiousness. And what he said was, you know, she seemed like a wild stallion who does not want to be tamed. And for me, I'm at a point in life where I want to have to tame someone or settle for someone or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I want someone who's for me. And when he said that she's a wild, I'm like, what do you mean she's a wild stallion? What does that mean? How, what do you mean, sir? Why is she a stallion? But I seen what he meant later on in the episode. Okay. And even how she was coming off to him, just trying to get him to, get that she wanted him. I'm like, I get what he means. Okay, it can be a lot. But again, she does tell him, like, look, I like you. I like you a lot. Okay. And I'm gonna pursue you because I want you. I want you, okay? And I was like, girl, let them know. There's nothing wrong with being assertive. There's nothing wrong with being aggressive to make sure someone is aware of what you want. But it's the same thing to sometimes read the room to be sure you're not giving off something that is not being reciprocated or turn someone off. So I like that she, doesn't mind being extra extra. But do you have to be extra extra? We don't know. Now we see Laverne and Joy on their first date, and they went like a pottery class or whatever, and they have a good connection. But I feel like Joy likes, of course, him and Clifton. Laverne around her, I'm like, is he a playboy? I'm not really sure just yet or whatever. And when she asked him to speak on something no one else knows about him, and he brought up how he has never really been in any kind of traditional relationship, she's like, what you mean? You been like this sharing your dick? You been just out here lying? What is you doing, Laverne? He said, well, no, I was just dating people. It was never really a relationship. I was like, what do you mean you giving dick out? Dropping dick off, okay? Like whatever. I don't know why everybody's hating on the deep side part. I think it's cute. I don't. I can't stand deeps. I don't get a sad part by your ear. I just don't get it. I don't at all. His taking days are over. Um, do the people smash on these shows or they just simply date or are they behind the scenes or they're not gonna show. Oh, this is season well, the thing is season 5. Over the seasons, do I think couples were having sex behind the scenes? Yes, because we've heard things before. But the show isn't about isn't about them having sex at all. It's more than a deep part. It also makes it sharp. It's more than the deep part. It also makes it sharp right down the street. Lord Jesus. Precious all over the place, giving too much. You know, the pottery day was cute. I like their energy together, but I still don't like Laverne. Something about Laverne, Laverne for the streets, where it seems to be Laverne for the streets. Um, I think he may be, because he was for sure dropping dick off. Okay, because when you say you've never been in a traditional relationship, but you've been dating people, you've been dropping dick off. I'm dropping dick off. I'm dropping dick off. All up and through. Okay. And that's okay if that was your former life. I was a whore in my former life, dropping dick off all over the world. And that's on him. Okay. But they have a good time. Okay. Vibing with each other. And when they together, Laverne do seem more relatable, then I can see him with other people. So I'ma see how that play out because we don't really know. Now we then see Demetrius and AP went on the dates. Okay. And now I'm like, oh, we finally got a confessional from Demetrius. And we see him, and I'm like, oh, right here, he is cute and handsome. He's a handsome little boy, man. But I agree with Bonnie said a couple episodes ago. He need to trim that beard down. It's a lot of hair for his face. Okay, you need to trim it on down. Get out my face too. He said I want to see if we have a connection because we haven't talked that much, like in person or whatever. And she brings up how for her, she's open to connecting to somebody, but it's been hard with her being a newbie. Because I gotta see because the guys have already liked other people, so I have not made any strong connections. Basically, what you said to me. And I'm like, I can see that. We can see. So, but she was married, so was it an open marriage? Who? Oh, but he was married. Was Laverne married? I don't think Laverne's been married before. Yes, he has. I can't remember. It's fine. No, I don't think Laverne's been married before. Yeah, Laverne has not been married. Demetrius has, but Laverne hasn't. So we're gonna see. Um, for AP and Demetrius or whatever, she was telling him how, she know her worth, as a woman or whatever, so she don't mind a man being Superman, be Superman, but you have to know I'm not gonna be Lois Lane. And I was like, but Lois Lane is a tough cookie. She was a reporter, had her own life. She wouldn't sit around waiting for him to come save her. So I felt like the whole he can be Superman, but I'm not gonna be Lois thing didn't make sense to me. So I didn't get what she was talking about. I was confused. Oh, he's been divorced twice with the two daughters. That was Laverne. Why I thought that was somebody else, honey. To me, people to remember. But I was like, it's weird that they didn't connect because when he then asked her, "Are you affectionate?" You know what I'm saying? And she said, "Well, yeah." He was like, "Really?" He said it as if she gives off a vibe of no affection, no attention, no this, no that, and it's on bullshit. And I was like, that's just different and weird. And she said, "Well, yeah, my love language is, affection, but because I lost my husband. Now her husband was 14 years older than her. She likes older men, okay?" And she said, because I lost my husband unexpectedly, whatever, it did change how I move because I don't just open up my heart to anyone now. And I was like, hmm. That could be the reason the guys have not been able to connect with her because she isn't open to opening her heart to just anyone. And a part of that means you have to be able to be open a bit to them. And I don't think she is right now. Um, yeah, I don't think this is the right platform for her based on what she's saying. Because if you're not open to being open, you can't you're not gonna you're not gonna make a fire on the show at all, because you have to just be open a little bit. AP doesn't think she doesn't seem fully healed. I agree. Um, what AP wore a full church get up at the pool party. This is not the same for her. Um, no, I think Clifton. Right. I think that's. Mm-hmm. Um, no, you're confusing Clifton with Laverne. Laverne with divorce with two kids. No. No, it was Clifton because Clifton and AP talked on their day, and Clifton said he had a 17-year-old and a 3-year-old, and that he would. So yeah, I knew I wasn't tripping. Y'all see, no, yeah, it was Clifton who's been divorced twice with the two kids. Laverne don't have no kids. See, I be knowing. I be knowing. Okay, anyway. Um AP needs to go to church to find a man. I am not dealing with y'all. 14 years ago the woman moved differently. Hmm. Laverne Terrell Carmen, he would divorce. At this point, I don't care. Because, look, I'm not going to have y'all confusing me. Okay? Don't be confusing me. Don't do that to me. It don't matter because they here now. And we're going to see what's happening. Anyway, Demetrius brings up how they had a great conversation. It was a great conversation. I'm happy that she felt vulnerable and open enough to talk to me about this or that. Okay, but the conversation was not romantic. And I was like, oh, because that's the same thing that Clifton said about AP. So it's like this AP, is she keeping herself guarded, and not help that's not helping her be able to do all these things with all these men, even if it's something as simple as being open to being with somebody. You need to just date on in this in regular life and leave that be. Now we then see all the men are told to go to the Airbnb that they rented because Tommy gonna have them have like a little men there or guys there, whatever out there. Now Paul said, mm-mm. I know Tommy ain't gonna let us be up in his house with nothing going on. He got something up his sleeve. He can't fool me for nothing, okay? And we see Eric in the kitchen because he's a chef. Like, this is my domain. I'm gonna cook the food for everybody because I have fun around here. Now, Tommy do get there. He said, surprise, the ladies are coming too. Okay, so we have all the men and all the ladies in one space, okay? Now, they dress oiled up. Okay, no one is really dressed to get in the pool, in my opinion. I'm like, is anyone getting in the water or y'all just walk around the pool? I never understand pool parties where people do not get in the pool. Like, get in the water. That's where I love the water. Love the water. Anyway, he also tells them that nobody else will be added to the list of people here. It's about quality and not quantity. Okay, and so we will be adding no more singles round here. So we have these are the people that are here: Clifton, Ace, Laverne, Carmen, Paul, AP, Joy, Wiley, Precious, Eric, Tina, Demetrius, the Kia, Tori, Sabrina, and Donovan. I'm like, there's a lot of folk. This is a lot of folk around here. I agree that the ladies came in like, hey, swimsuits, good bronzer, good lotion. Around here, we are here, okay? I'm confused with temperature outside. Tommy has on a turtleneck and everyone else has on shorts. Tommy was on a boat. He came over on a boat and he said, I'm wearing a turtleneck because my body ain't built for the fun of it all, okay? So I think because he was on the water, on a sailing boat, he dressed a little bit warm. Don't want to hear messed up by the pool, Corrine. If I'm going to a party around here, I want to get in the water. I'm gonna put on a swimming cap, okay? But they round there chit chatting or whatever about what's going on. Now we see a lot of things. So I like to see the names, okay? Because some people, so we do see Donovan, and let me take the thing off the thing. Boom. We do see Donovan, okay? And Donovan and the Kia are talking and vibing. Now Donovan, who was new, is like, ooh, I like the kid. She kind of cool, cool, cool. And they had a good little conversation. Now we also see Paul. Okay, Paul trying to get his hooks into Tina, newbie. Okay, because as Paul said, she's young and attractive. Okay, now Tina said, talk with him. It felt magnetic. He's very easy to talk to. I was like, Tina, please don't fall for Paul. Okay, when Paul said, I think she has an old soul. Okay, even though people say the younger they are, the more trouble they are. And I know she's young because she's 31. And he's like, I think, is he 48? He's 40. I think he's 48. If he's 48 and she 31, get your 17-year ass. That's a 17-year age gap. Get out her face. Get out of that lady's face, Paul. Get your P.O. box ass away from Tina. Talking about I can see what's I want to see. Paul want a young woman because he wants kids with his old ass. That has made me mad. Okay, Tina, do not fall for it. Okay. Now we also seen the Kia and Eric talking. Okay. Now remember they had the first blind date, and she told him then, I like you a lot. Okay. They in the kitchen canoodling, laughing. He telling her, saying, look, I am very intentional with my movements. Okay. And we will be in a relationship. I'm like, oh, he like her. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Then here come Carmen. I'm like, Carmen, where you come from? What happened? So this is something that no one said. Okay. I'm like, why didn't anyone tell us this? Carmen and let me put the picture up. Carmen, okay, and Eric know each other, which is crazy because Carmen and Eric were both added at the same time. And when Carmen came in and she said, I like Eric too. And I saw the kid talking to him, and I came in because it's time for her to move on. And when the kid then walks away. Okay, we see both of them in there, and what me look like more like lingerie than pool stuff. Okay, anyway, the kid like I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna leave or whatever. But the kid like I feel like Carmen gonna try to manipulate things to be in her favor. So Carmen popping in threw me for a loop. And I'm like, it threw me too. But when Eric then said him and Carmen have known each other for years, okay, because she hired him for an event before. So they've always had a vibe with each other, but they never kind of wanted to be together, but there was a vibe there. So now, because they're both on the show, he want to see if it can be something romantic. And I was like, so you didn't think to tell us that you knew that lady? Really? I don't like her. I think a lot of people don't like Carmen. Um, because it's whatever. Let me scroll back up for some of the comments of it all. Um, I see so much of AJ and Demetrius. Not only that they look alike, but they both have passive personalities and low key want to be chased. That's true. That's true. Now most of us can't swim or not getting our hair wet. Um, this is the thing. You don't have to know how to swim to get in water. Like I don't want anyone to go into the ocean, but in the shallow end, you can just have some fun as being in the water. You don't have to really like swim in the pool, but I want to at least get in the water, walk around, the little doggy paddle, little backstroke. Okay, let me stop. I've never been to a pool party with people in the pool unless it was see you get in the shallow end. Okay, yes, he is 48. Tina's foundation was not matching at the pool party. It was giving orange traffic cones. I noticed that as well. I just didn't want to say nothing. That's yes. Paul is 48 and she's 31. That's 17 years. Get out of my face, Paul. Please and thank you. Paul wants someone he can rule, and he can't rule me. I like the Kia and Eric together. They should have an age limit on the show. Can't be too old. Well, 48 isn't too old. However, 48 and 31 is a difference. And Carmen Baby Jesus Blue. looking stuff ruined the moment. Baby Jesus looking stuff, Lord Jesus. The Kia is my favorite lady at the moment. Like how she can herself with messy Carmen, because she's like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'll see you later. I'm good. And the thing about it is him saying, that he does like the Kia. You know what I'm saying? So Karma coming, like I seen Karma with him. I mean, I seen the Kia with him. I'm not getting. If you know he like you better than the Kia, then you didn't need to come in to interrupt the conversation. That's petty and childish. Very, very childish. Okay. So with Eric and Carmen talking now that the Kia is gone, the Kia, damn it, with the Kia gone, she like, you know you like me. He like, I like her too. Right, but ain't I your number one? Just say I'm your number one. And I was like, the Kia, the Kia, you're gonna need to kick Carmen's ass. Not physically, but on the show, like get him to love you, girl. Get him to love you. Now we do see Precious. I know Precious is, but let that go. We see Precious kind of going around with talking to other men, but she was really just vibing, with whoever and mixing and because it's a pool party. She's mixing and mingling. However, I do think she may have gotten a bit drunk. I do think she may have just, I'm gonna have fun, fun, fun. But that damn Paul saying, "Oh, Precious had all this energy and should chill out." You know what I'm saying? Because it was a bit much. And with Paul saying it, it pissed me. I'm like, Paul, shut up. Okay? She's supposed to be out here having fun. Shut up, okay? But we then see him and her talking or whatever. He say, like, I'm gonna go mingle. I want you to go mingle too. Let her mingle how she wanna mingle. Now when Precious and Demetrius talked, and even he brought up how based on things she's been saying, how she's been acting, he wondered if she's really, really ready to love. Because I feel like she was a bit intoxicated. And with being intoxicated, excuse me, sometimes it seemed too much. And I think she may have been saying flirtatious things. She may have been saying um sexually sexually explicit things. She may have been saying things in a joking manner that you usually would joke about at like a party or a bar, and she didn't realize it was coming off a bit different. And when Demetrius told her, like, sometimes, you know, you may need to chill and calm down. I wasn't mad when he said it, but I was pissed off when Paul said it. But I got what he meant when he said she just doing a lot and it can come off as if she's a party girl. Because you hear like it's a party and we're supposed to be here mixing and mingling and getting to know each other. It's not really a party girl thing. And I'm like, she just may have got just too many drinks. I had one too many drinks and ended up at the embassy. It was a something extravaganza. So I didn't see anything wrong with what she was doing at all. However, I can understand if the punk ass men feel like she was being too much of a drunk Debbie. If that's what it was. But again, I'm gonna leave that be. Yeah, I do think she was having fun as well. But sometimes a person's intoxicated version of having fun may not be the best impression when you're trying to um mix and mingle with people to start dating or whatever. I don't know. It can go either way. um Sad part, Precious. I just sad part, Precious. um Precious turned into the old auntie who had a pack of cigarettes and too much liquor at the cookout. mm, you know Precious was drunk at the pool party. I think she was, but I'm like, it is. Precious gave me Courtney vibes. Oh, you know. I have listened to Jamie Foxx CD long. She would never Kaya Keena from. Oh, not Keena. Um, I like Precious around me and myself sometimes. Mind you, I'm 21, not 34. It's a difference. They caught Precious looking bad. I feel bad for her because it did seem like they were showing like, oh, she right, she up a back and clicking on ass with the water hose. But again, to her, it was fun stuff. But to the men, they like, what is she doing? Like, what is going on? But I'm like, whatever. But she admits in her confession, she gets it sometime. She's like, I have a big personality, and that can make me insecure, which is true. And she's like, I don't want to have to live a closed off life for someone else. And when she said that, it reminded me of what Donovan said on their blind date, that she's a wild stallion and she don't want to be tamed. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But the men who are there may not be looking for this wild stallion who don't want to be tamed. There's nothing wrong with being a wild stallion, nothing at all. But even she um understands that she's the life of the party. I'm gonna do whatever and I'm not gonna dim my light for none of you motherfuckers around here. And she don't have to. But that can just mean the men who are there ain't meant for her. And again, ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay. Right. First impressions are best impressions. I blame Precious for Paul still. Me too, because I can't stand Paul's ass. Get some of my goddamn nerves, okay? Um, Anyway, we see a little thing was it Tori? Is it damn? I forget his names. Who is it? Yeah, we see Tori and Sabrina together or whatever, and they haven't talked much. But again, she liked him, and he gave her like two cupcakes. Okay, I guess he brought her two cupcakes or whatever. Oh my god, I felt so special because nobody else gave me no gifts. I'm like, we gave you cupcakes. It's just some cupcakes, okay? And it was two cupcakes, not four. Okay, the box held four. I only had two. Anyway, but she brings up how because he did this, he now has an advantage over Demetrius. Now, when her and Demetrius sit down later and talk or whatever, and he admits that he know he needs to be more intentional with pursuing her because he does like her, and I like you too. I like you too, and I was like, Lord Jesus. And I don't mind it, but something I feel like Sabrina is so quiet that I wonder if she will last to the end. Um, it's just something about her that doesn't seem um not confident, but doesn't seem assertive enough to be on this show. So we're gonna see. Okay, we're gonna see. Now we do see it was Carmen, I think it was Carmen, Precious, and Sabrina who were saying how they feel like Laverne on some bullshit, how he act like he wants the women to come to him and he not really putting himself out there to come to them. And I was like, well, maybe he don't like y'all, okay? But they bring up how he has not been really reaching out to them recently, whatever. Now, at the same time, we see Laverne and Demetrius talking, and Demetrius is saying, like, you don't seem like the regular, like your regular, Laverne self or whatever, at the party. And he said, well, no, I'm just like, I'm just chilling, taking in the scene or whatever. I feel like Laverne likes Joy, and Laverne may not want to mix and mingle with other people. He trying to probably watch the women that he like interact with the men. So he not trying to really even interact with the other women. So that's what I wonder if his strategy was. Because if you think about it, the women who were saying that were women who he wasn't even chasing. You know what I'm saying? So that part I wonder. Let's see. Paul gets on my last nerve. He gets on everybody's nerve. Sabrina just wants me and fighting over her. She's just blocking me. Yes, something about her she just doesn't seem as assertive as I wish she was. Um, Paul does not like Precious, but she's not catching on. I think Paul like Precious because nobody else like Paul. And now that he thinks Tina likes him, he don't have to like Precious because now he has somebody else there that he can possibly, be with. Paul needs to go home immediately. I agree. I like the chemistry between Tori and Sabrina. Demetrius is just driving me. Where are those two missing cupcakes? Yeah, and Demetrius to me, I still don't get a vibe for him. I still feel like a little bit he don't know what he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? Uh, these men want to be chased. See, I don't think Laverne fully wants to be chased. Um, but I just wondered if his strategy was, I'm not about to chase anybody because I want to watch the women I like and who they with. And my thing is, he should be trying to get to know other women because the two women he liked are also liked and likes other men. But I believe that be. Paul is an acquired taste to see why someone will like him, but he acts like a mentor all the time, and it gets annoying for adult women who know what they're doing. Tina, newbie Tina may like Paul because Tina's young, and sometimes a young woman doesn't care about that part, but a grown woman doesn't need a mentor. And so that's why I feel like the other women don't like Paul. And that's on that. I hated Laverne's energy at the pool party. It seemed like Laverne wanted all the ladies to come to him at the pool party like last time. Yeah, because for sure at the first mixer, Laverne got on my goddamn nerves. Because I'm like, why do you have a corner for them to come talk to you? Go talk to them and shut up. Okay. I think Paul wanted to bring her, but she shut that down. He did. And she told him, you're like a mentor. I don't want you. Not today. Not ever. Um, we do see Clifton and Joy flirting or whatever, but we know Clifton and Joy. You know what I'm saying? They like each other, but I'm like, the Clifton and Joy sneak off somewhere and have sex, okay? Because they definitely have sexual chemistry, okay, for sure. Now, we do get Tommy gets there and he has the men sit down because, again, they're not going to lounge. There'll be an elimination there tonight, okay? So, Wiley likes Tina. Paul also likes Tina, saying she told me she like older men, which made Wiley was like, what? Okay. Now, Eric likes Dakaya and said he can't stop thinking about Dakaya. However, Eric, then why was you allowing Carmen's ass to be flirting with you in that damn kitchen? Okay, don't do it. But what I do find interesting is at least they didn't show him saying that he liked Carmen. They also don't show him admitting that he knew Carmen from before. So Eric, are you a liar? Are you a sneaky dicky cooking ass liar? Let me know. Donovan says he likes the Kia. Um, also. So again, I'm like, ooh, the two new men like the same woman. Okay. Demetrius brings up how he likes Sabrina because they have a great vibe. Tori also likes Sabrina. So again, Clifton says Carmen and Joy, but he said Carmen's name first, which pissed me off because you've been dealing with Joy longer for one, and you act like you have the better connection with Joy. So why did you say Carmen's name first? I want to know. Laverne says Ace and Joy are his top two. Okay. Now who don't y'all like? Donovan and Clifton both say Precious. Paul says Sabrina because she told me we had no connection and I'm like a mentor to her. You a mentor to anybody because you're older, sir. Grandpa. Laverne says Sabrina and Kaya because he doesn't feel like a connection with them too. Um, Clifton says AP because she compared me to her brother on our blind dates, and Eric also says AP as well. And I'm like, oh, y'all ain't shit. Not, I don't say who you say. Say who you say. Let me see. Paul lost me when he introduced himself as I'm like, Lord Jesus. Clifton put Carmen in his top after telling Joy he wasn't checking for her on the group date. Clifton for the streets and playing the game. Hmm. Hmm. Um. I feel like Eric was under duress in the kitchen. Like somebody help me. She won't leave me alone. I was like, okay, because it made me mad. It made me mad. But Tommy tell them, usually I know I'm the one who say, whoever's going home, but one of you men will have to be the one to tell the ladies what's happening on this episode. Okay, who will be going home? You had to pick who's going home and tell them yourself. And so they get all of them together, and they have Demetrius be the one to say, there are two bottom ladies. AP, please step forward. Precious, please step forward. And then the damn episode goes off. So we have to wait till next week to see who's going home between AP and Precious. Who do y'all think is going to go home? AP, who is the, widow who said she does not open herself up to people easily, or Precious, the beautiful wild stallion who knows she's a big personality and she ain't gonna dim her life for nobody. Who is going home next time? I think they're gonna send AP home mainly because she hasn't really bonded with anybody yet. And at the end of the day, even though Precious, you know, may be a bit much, I wonder if Paul will send her home. I don't think Paul will because Paul hasn't fully got Tina on his hook yet. So I really feel like it's gonna be AP who's going home. Let me see. Demetrius had a military flag back and called two to the front for the formation. Let's see, AP. I hope it's AP for her sake. She ain't ready for love, at least on the show. Precious, I think AP is going home. Not associate professor. Before we go, Lord Jesus. Right, a cliffhanger. AP. I believe it's AP as well. So we shall see. Precious needs to go. Oh, poor Precious. Poor Precious. Anyway, y'all know, guess what? That was the what? The end of the episode. So we'll be back next week for a whole new review, okay, of Ready to Love and of Ladies Who List. Now, do not forget this Thursday, the Ooh Ladies First panel will be on my channel. So come on through on Thursday. I have a whole great show planned for y'all. Okay, with me and Jamie and Nisi and Bondi. All our names rhyme, y'all. Isn't it cool? Anyway, but thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all had a great time with this 2-for-1 special round here. I'm about to go do what? Take a nap, okay? I will have some lives tomorrow throughout the day. I don't know what time. Don't know what time, but I will definitely be around here about that, okay? About that life. Thank y'all for watching. Okay, make sure to like the video on your way out and make sure to follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner. And other than that, y'all, I will talk to y'all later on. Be blessed, be happy, and drink some water like I'm about to do. Gotta go. Peace.